Hello and welcome to the centre of the heart of the nub of the core of the nervous system of Archaeosoup Towers. Yes, this slightly geeky two-screen computer setup is the place from which I publish Archaeosoup videos. I update the Facebook page and indeed I work on archaeosoup.com. Now, I just thought I'd make a video to address a series of questions which have been sent my way, which aren't necessarily to do with archaeology, but nonetheless warrant an answer. And I thought, well, why not kill several questions with one video, as it were. So the first one is with regards to whether or not you can get access to Archaeosoup's content via DVD. Well, the short answer is yes, you can. I've received several queries asking either for revision purposes or perhaps you wanted to give one as a gift. And I thought, well, and then I thought, well, why not? So all you need to do now is go over to archaeosoup.com, click on the shop, or rather hover over shop, and click on playlists to order, and there you can get an Archaeosoup playlist, whichever order you want, whichever videos you want, perhaps even with a dedication inserted at the beginning, and for a nominal-ish fee it'll be sent out to you and you can use it or indeed send it to whomsoever you want. Why am I doing this now? Well, the main reason is because many of you are requesting precisely that. But also as well, it's because many of you have been gracious enough to get in touch and say, well, I download Archaeosoup's content and I use it either for revision or for teaching purposes in an archaeology or history class. And it occurred to me that this could be a great way of both of us benefiting from those more active uses, as it were. That is, that you can have access to Archaeosoup's content from a disk without the need for an internet connection. And I can see some return on the time and effort that goes into producing these teaching materials, because lots of time and effort does go into each one. Each and every one is a little bit like an essay. Some of them are a little bit more like a dissertation, but nonetheless, I'm sure that this could be a great way of mutually benefiting from that use of Archaeosoup as a teaching resource. I'd be very grateful if you would see it as such, and indeed could go ahead with that. Having said that, worry not, I'm not about to just take any of Archaeosoup's content off YouTube, and therefore it will remain free to view, and indeed free to download if you want to continue to do that. I suppose I just want to give both you and indeed myself an opportunity to more actively benefit from Archaeosoup's content. Indeed, actually, some of Archaeosoup's videos will always be free, and indeed even if you want them on a disc, will be free as an additional extra, as it were, on the DVD. The reason being that some of Archaeosoup's content, some of the images in particular, have been graciously provided by copyright holders, and therefore I wouldn't feel right, even if it's an indirect playlist I'm producing, benefiting from that particular video. Obviously I won't make a list of those videos available, but if you do happen to want one, I'll definitely let you know, and in effect you'll be getting an extra on the disc. So that's Archaeosoup on DVD. Yes, it's very, very possible. Yes, it's up and available now. No, you don't have to do it. You can watch Archaeosoup via YouTube, but it is a great way for you to very directly feed back into Archaeosoup as an educational endeavour and help me rather to continue to make high quality educational loveliness for you guys out there. Secondly, shoutouts. Many of you have been asking, can you do a shout out for me, please, Mr. Soup? Well, unfortunately not. Not directly anyway. The reason being is that Archaeosoup really isn't a personal video log. I don't tend to talk about what my opinions are on things. I tend to talk about archaeology in general, and sometimes my opinions come in, but it's not really my life that I'm discussing. And therefore it wouldn't really feel appropriate for me to go, this gaming channel, for example, check that out, or this channel on cookery, or this channel on skateboarding, for example. But what I do, and what I'm very happy to do, is if your channel has something to do with archaeology, I will check out your channel, and if it's great, which usually it is, I'm very happy to put it in Archaeosoup's recommended channels, the list on the homepage on YouTube. So people who see Archaeosoup's homepage will get an opportunity to see your channel, and from there it's like an indirect shout out. But I suppose and hopefully you agree, I'd like to keep Archaeosoup as archaeology focused, and indeed as sort of not Mark's life focused as humanly possible. So in that sense, no, I'm sorry to say I simply won't be doing shout-outs for non-archaeology channels, and if you're an archaeology channel, I'll definitely, though, be happy to look to recommend you via the homepage, via the YouTube homepage. Now, thirdly, yes, Jindiana Bones. Many of you have been asking as to whether or not Jin is coming back. Yes, he is. He made it back, don't worry, safe and sound from the year 2052, and he is indeed hovering around Archaeosoup Towers. He has a few things that he wants to do. One of them is, one of the videos he wants to do is with regards to 3D and in films, and whether or not that will work in an archaeology video. And also he has a story to tell about how it was that he made it to 2052 in the first place, and indeed how he made it back. So there are some Jindiana Bones videos coming soon. Also, he's thinking of setting up a blog and talking about his archaeological musings on there. So that could be interesting. I don't know. But nonetheless, don't worry. Jindiana Bones, rather, is very much coming back to Archaeosoup, and he's not gone. Don't worry, he's definitely hovering around. Finally, just with regards to Archaeosoup's output this week and possibly for the next couple of weeks, it's going to be slightly reduced. Last week it was reduced, I know, and this was mainly because Mervyn, my wonderful laptop, did in fact die. But he's now back up and running, as you can see. But frankly, this is a time of year when I'm very, very busy. I've got lots of information to be collating, contacts to be talking to out there, because Archaeosoup in the real world it goes into schools and colleges and this kind of thing, and delivers talks about archaeology and certain periods of history. And this is a time of year when I have to be sort of talking to these people. Not that it's a chore or anything, but you know, it takes time and it takes effort. That combined with the fact that, as many of you are aware, Mrs. Soup is fairly ill, and therefore we're both fairly tired at the moment anyway. So rather than let Archaeosoup's content suffer, I'd much rather just let you guys know I'm taking it slow, possibly for a few weeks, and therefore you can expect 2, maybe 3 videos a week from Archaeosoup for the near future. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is I know many of you go, well, you don't have to explain yourself to us, Mr. Soup. You know, you can just do what you want. But I'd much rather be upfront, and because as I'm sure you're well aware, I don't like slowing down in terms of my output. But I'd much rather maintain quality and maintain my sanity, and indeed the sanity of my lovely wife, and be there for her, than be rushing around like a mad thing, producing poor quality videos and then being a rubbishy Mr. Soup husband type thing. So for all of those reasons, you can expect a reduced output from Archaeosoup over the next few weeks, mainly just until Mrs. Soup is better, and indeed until this busy period in the Archaeosoup world is over and done with, and I've contacted all the people I need to. Now that means that this week you can expect a couple of Archaeosoups coming your way, and also at the end of the week, on Friday probably, the In Focus looking at the Elgin marbles, which should be very interesting. I'm sure you're well aware of some of the controversy surrounding the Elgin marbles. So you can expect that this week, and in the coming weeks I have a few very interesting actually ideas for hidden histories and various other things. Like, for example, I'm still working very much with 41 Feasts on the recipe idea, so that's still very much in the pipeline. And I suppose all I can say is, as you know, I'm always looking to do my best and in a timely fashion. So if you guys are willing to keep on watching as and when Archaeosoup puts something out, let's just go from there, because I certainly don't like feeling as though I'm letting anyone down by sort of reducing my hours, or by promising more in the way of output than I can and then just not delivering. So probably better to be straightforward and just say, look guys, I'm human and I'm knackered. So but nonetheless, thank you very much for your support and indeed for watching these wonderful videos, or well, wonderful videos, for your wonderful feedback on the Archaeosoup videos, and also just for the fact that you want more from Archaeosoup. Frankly, the fact that you guys want more is one of the reasons why I continue to do more. So, so thanks for that. And as I say, as soon as I can, I will be upping my output. But at the moment, I think I've just got to take it a bit slow. Otherwise, I'm going to be, I might end up like Indiana Bones, finding my way to a gin glass a bit too early in the day. So, thanks again, and hopefully these have answered some of those queries that have been floating around in the Archaeosoup inbox. And yeah, that's it. So until next time, look after yourself, and I shall see you when next I see you. Bye bye.